Hey, I'm going back to my parents' house. Prepare something delicious, okay? What? Now? It's so sudden. You're a housewife. You should be able to do it. Oh no, when are you coming back? I don't know. About 30 minutes? Half an hour. It may not be much, but I'll get ready as best as I can. That's not enough. Today is the first time I'm taking my husband Bob back to my parents' house. What? This is so sudden. Bob was on a business trip until yesterday. He said he bought souvenirs for his parents, and he really wanted to give them in person. I told him I'd give them. He hasn't seen my family since the wedding, and he's never been to my parents' house, so he really wanted to come. Why don't you want to bring him? What are you talking about? Of course it's because of you. I don't want people to know there's a woman like you in my family. That's why we didn't even invite you to our wedding. But recently, when I was having a drink with Bob, I told him that my brother is married. Then he asked me why I didn't invite you to our wedding. I told him about how my brother brought you into our home 4.5 years ago as a housekeeper. So I thought it was okay to bring Bob to my parents' house. Besides, Bob is crazy about me. There's no way he'll hate me for this. I see. I'm telling you, I won't forgive you if you hit on Bob. I won't do that. You never know. My brother never pays attention to you. Maybe you're trying to flirt with Bob, who's nice to you. Bob would never go for an ugly, antisocial girl like you. It's true that your brother may not value me very much, but that doesn't change the fact that I am his wife. I won't flirt with your husband, I promise. I hope that's the case. Anyway, we're starving. Prepare enough food to fill us up, okay? Okay. Bob, what's wrong with you? You said you wanted to visit my parents' house, and then you just rush off after an hour or so? You hardly ate.
I'm sorry. Something came up. I'd appreciate it if you'd apologize to your father and mother for my rudeness.
That's fine, but... Bob, if you have something to do, can I stay at my parents' house today?
Yes, that's fine.
But there's something else that's been bothering me.
What is it?
Bob, you were talking to our housekeeper, weren't you? What on earth were you talking about with that woman?
Well, she's been taking care of you, so I thought I should say hello to her.
That's not necessary.
Why? She's your brother's wife, right?
Yes, but she's like a housekeeper, like I told you before.
That's not right. You're saying that she's been living in that house for 4.5 years, and she's been treated like that the whole time?
That's right. That woman is all alone in the world.
You said that before. You mean she has no parents?
I don't know the details either, but she was raised in an institution, and she is a high school graduate. My brother married her out of kindness. She gets to stay there just because she does the housework.
You're saying that he married her not because he loved her, but he wanted her to be a housekeeper?
Of course he did. That woman is just a housekeeper. Besides, that woman is my personal slave. Whenever I go to my parents' house, I use her as I please. That's what a slave really wants, isn't it? That's what Mom and my brother want too. They say I can use her as I like. So from now on, Bob, you don't have to worry about that woman. You can treat her as a slave if you want.
I understand what you're thinking, Janet. Let's get a divorce.
What? Divorce? Why? I knew she told you something. Of course she did. Otherwise, there's no way you would have asked me for a divorce.
Don't talk about her like that. I just know who you really are. I couldn't be with you any longer.
Huh? What do you mean?
Anyway, I told you how I feel. I don't know if it is me or my lawyer who will tell you how we go about things from here. But we'll talk again later.
Huh? I don't want a divorce. And a lawyer? I don't want that. Hey, Bob! Is this Bob's account? When you introduced yourself to me, you gave me your contact. I left the house as you told me to, and I was able to check into the hotel you booked for me. I'm texting you from the hotel now.
Thank God. You got out of the house safely, didn't you? You are right about my contact. I must have surprised you by talking to you.
At first, I didn't think you would talk to me. But when I heard you were Ellen's brother, I was even more surprised. But when I realized that you were trying to help me, I wanted to count on you. Thanks to you, I was able to leave the house like this, and I'm really grateful to you.
I'm so glad. My sister told me about you like this. I have a good friend named Susan. 5 years ago, she suddenly got married, and I haven't heard from her since. She said, I hope she's happy, but what if she's in some kind of trouble? She said that no matter how many times she tried to contact you, you wouldn't answer her calls or read her messages. Just recently, I heard about you from Janet. I asked her how old you were, and she said you were the same age as my sister, and I thought, maybe. My sister showed me your picture, so I visited Janet's parents' house on the pretext of giving them a souvenir. Sure enough, you were there. I felt like my heart skipped a beat.
I see. Ellen was worried about me that much. Ellen told me a lot about you. I thought you were close, and I'm a little jealous because I have no family. I knew your name, but I didn't think you were Janet's husband.
Of course not. My sister still worries about you. She said when she heard you were getting married, she should have asked you more about the situation. She said she'd ask you when you have settled down, but she said she should have at least asked you where you'd live before you moved. She kept blaming herself.
Oh no, she didn't do anything wrong. My husband told me that he loves me and wants to marry me. I was so happy that someone would say such a thing to me. I was over the moon. But I was deceived. He just wanted to be with any woman who had no family. My husband told me at the time that he wanted me to come live with him and bring my belongings to him. I went to the place he told me to go at the appointed time. He took me straight to his parents' house and took away my cell phone, my cash, my savings, everything.
So, the cell phone you have now is not the one you originally had?
No, my own account was canceled. This is the phone that my husband signed up for. The only contacts I have on it are my in-laws. So even if I wanted to contact Ellen, I couldn't.
I see. Janet treated you like a housekeeper. You didn't work or anything?
They said they didn't know what I would do if I worked and earned the money. They made me a housewife because they thought I might run away. I wasn't allowed to go anywhere except for the grocery store, and they'd check my GPS on my cell phone, so I had no choice.
That's terrible. I'm really glad I went today.
I really don't know how to thank you. If you hadn't rescued me, I would have spent the rest of my life as a housekeeper in that house.
From now on, live your life, Susan. My sister and I will help you.
Thank you. Oh yes, the $500 you handed me today, I'll pay you back when things settle down. So can you wait a little? And I will definitely return the money for this hotel as well.
No, don't worry about it. That money is... My sister has prepared this money for you, in case my brother-in-law's wife is Susan. She was sure you'll say you'll return it. She said she didn't want it.
Ellen even said that.
Susan, don't think about anything else today. Enjoy being alone for a while. You are 2.5 hours away from that house by train. I don't think they will come after you. You deleted your GPS, didn't you? If so, they can't track you down.
Thank you. I never thought I'd be so happy to be alone.
Tomorrow, My sister will pick you up when you check out of the hotel.
I get to meet Ellen. I'm so happy. How can I thank you?
It's too soon to say thank you. My sister and I are ready to help your divorce. You can thank us after the divorce is finalized.
I'll take you up on that.
Of course. My sister and I are on your side. I mean, I'm ready to divorce Janet too. Let's fight together.
I think that's a good idea. Someone who treats me like a slave? I don't think she deserves you, Bob.
If we talk forever, you won't be able to relax, so I'll leave you alone today.
Thank you so much, Bob.
I told you it's too soon.
That's right. Hey, I've been trying to reach you since last night. I was in a mess yesterday, and I didn't realize you were gone until now. Where are you? I know you have your GPS turned off. You'll pay for this. What do you mean by mess? Is it about your getting divorced? How do you know that? You're not with Bob, are you? Let's just say I'm not. I'm not going to tell you where I am. I'm divorcing your brother too. Will you tell him? Huh? You're not allowed to do that. I don't care if you guys allow me or not. I know he is close. You may have taken a few things with you, but you're broke. What can you do? I'm going to find you and I'm going to punish you. I'm supposed to meet my best friend now. What? Best friend? You don't have a best friend. You haven't talked to anyone for the last 4.5 years. Nobody remembers you. As a matter of fact, I have a best friend who's always worried about me. She is Bob's sister, Ellen. Do you know her? What? Ellen? No way! She's beautiful, caring, always so kind. She is your best friend? That can't be true. I've known her since elementary school. She's exactly like you said. She's always taken care of me and she treated me equally. She called me her best friend. Ellen is my one and only best friend. 5 years ago, I was brought to your parents' house. They took away my cell phone, my money, everything, and I lost contact with everyone. But Ellen was always looking out for me. And then, by some chance, you and Bob got married. Yesterday, he rescued me. Janet, thank you so much for marrying Bob. What? I don't understand. I never thought this would happen. Because of you, Bob and I are on the verge of divorce. If he divorced me, I will never forgive you. I'm not afraid anymore, even if you threaten me like that. I have Ellen and Bob with me. Huh? Bob is on your side? Don't be ridiculous. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm meeting Ellen now, and I want to get ready for checkout. Checkout? You're staying in a hotel? You're broke and yet you're so cocky. Hey, are you listening to me? I'm not done talking. Hey, Susan, please come home. I can't reach Bob. After you divorced my brother, my parents and my brother are blaming me for you leaving, saying I treated you like a slave. So they took me back to my parents' house and forced me to do all the housework. I finally understand how hard it had been for you. Please, can't you get back together with my brother? I'll help you with the housework a little. I'm going to get sick if this continues. Hey, Susan, you read this message, right? Then say something. Hey, help me, please.
Susan, my sister told me you started working recently. Isn't it hard to work for the first time in a long time? Don't work too hard.
It's true that I wasn't working for a long time. I make mistakes and cause some trouble, and I'm sorry for it. But just the fact that I can go to work makes me happy. Besides, Ellen went to the trouble of introducing me to a place to work. I need to learn the job quickly, play an active role, and repay Ellen and the company for their kindness.
Susan, it's great that you're motivated, but don't be too hard on yourself. Your health is a priority.
Yes, I know. Thank you so much for thinking about me. But I'm fine now that Ellen is by my side and is always ready to listen to me. You guys helped me find a place to live. I can't thank you enough.
I'm glad you're happy. And Susan, I have good news. It took me longer than you, but I divorced Janet.
Really? I'm so happy. It feels like it happened to me.
Susan, you're too kind.
Oh, the day you took me out of that house, we made a promise, remember?
Promise?
Yes. You'd let me thank you when the divorce is finalized.
Yeah.
Let's have dinner, you, Ellen, and me. I'll be getting my first paycheck soon. Plus, my ex-husband will be giving me a large sum of money for alimony and other things. So I'd like to treat you to a meal as a thank you.
Is it gonna be okay?
Of course. Compared to what you guys have done for me, this is nothing. But I hope you'll let me do this at least.
Thank you very much. Well, if you insist.
By all means. Think about what you want to eat.
Okay, I'll call my sister.
Sure. With the divorces being finalized, we celebrated our departure for a new life. The three of us ate a lot of barbecue together. This brought Bob and me closer. We started dating on the premise of marriage. Ellen told me that she doesn't worry about us. I was not blessed with family, but thanks to my best friend who I love very much, I am very happy now. My ex-husband and in-laws paid me alimony and my savings. The alimony is for the mental anguish I suffered for 5 years. Thanks to a lawyer who is a friend of Bob, I was able to get a large sum of money, as much as $50,000. I don't know how my ex-husband's family is doing now. I don't have any good memories of them, so I'm just going to forget about them. I want to enjoy my life now as much as I can.
Julie, where are you and what are you doing? I need you to come home right now.
Mom? What all of a sudden? You saw me leave for work, didn't you? You know I'm still working right now. It just so happens I'm on my lunch break.
Stop lying!
Huh?
I didn't raise you that way. I hate lying.
So what's this all about all of a sudden? Besides, it's obvious that you didn't raise me, right? You only cared for my sister Lisa, and it was my late grandpa and grandma who took care of me. And once they were gone, you made me drop out of high school to get a job. What are you talking about?
Enough with excuses. Come home right away. We're having a family meeting immediately.
What? Family meeting? About what?
It's about your future, and I need to set you straight about some things.
Set me straight? No, I don't understand. It doesn't seem urgent. I'll talk to you after work.
Huh? Work? What's the deadbeat saying?
What? Deadbeat? Me? Why would you say that? Come on, you saw me go to work.
You get back within the hour. Got me?
No, you answer my question.
I'm the one who wants to ask the questions. Just come home.
What the hell is going on? I have a shareholders meeting this afternoon. I can't leave on such short notice.
What? What is this shareholders meeting? You're a deadbeat.
How many times have I told you? I'm not a deadbeat. This is useless.
Hey! That's enough.
Hey, sis? You stood up the family meeting, didn't you? Lisa, now you. What the hell is wrong with you? I told you guys I'd talk to you after work.
If it's not an emergency situation, it's only natural to put work first. Wait until after work. That's all I'm saying. This was an emergency meeting to discuss the lie about your job. Huh? I'm getting more and more confused. I was just sitting at my desk staring at papers. Don't make me laugh. A deadbeat staring at papers? Were you reading a comic book? Oh, give me a break. Why do you keep calling me a deadbeat? I've been working all my life. I know I'm the outcast of the family, but you never said that until yesterday, did you? So why all of a sudden? I found out this morning you don't actually work there. It's no use hiding it. What? Why? What on earth is going on? Your classmate from junior high school, Jamie. I ran into her at the supermarket. Jamie? Oh, come to think of it, she knew you too. That's when she told me. She said you had just quit your job at the time of the class reunion. She was wondering what you had been up to since then. What? What would make her say that? The last time you had a reunion was about 7 years ago, right? I didn't think it had been that long since you had become a deadbeat. No, I started working for another company at that time. How can you say that? A bum who makes only $20,000 a year. Huh? After I heard what Jamie said, I raided your room to find out what was going on with you. What? You went through my room without my permission? You can't do that. And then, what's with that bank book? I looked at the total amount of transfers from just a year ago, and it was only $20,000. In other words, $20,000 a year. That's like being a deadbeat. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? $20,000? Oh, that bank book. I think you misunderstood something, but that $20,000... After the family meeting, it was decided to kick you out of the house. You don't have any complaints since it's the result of the family meeting, right? Huh? What do you mean? I really don't get it. My sister has no right to complain since she chose not to attend the family meeting. Of course, right? Huh? I threw all your stuff in the yard, so take it and go away. Get on with it. Wait a minute. The yard? It's raining right now. Not my problem. You're the one who hid the fact that you're a deadbeat. It's so embarrassing. Finally got rid of the lazy freeloader, and now the whole family can breathe easy. You don't seem to be listening to me at all. I don't have to listen to you, do I? Just to be clear, does this mean that Mom and Dad agree with you? Of course! I told you we had a family meeting. Well, then I want you to promise me one thing. What? After I move out, I want you to stay out of my life. Huh? Of course! What are you talking about? That's my line. If you ever need money in the future, don't ever ask us, deadbeat sister. Hey, Julie, don't use our savings without permission. What do you mean by doing that? Give me back the money. What, Mom? It's like you're accusing me of something I didn't do. What are you talking about? I don't know anything. The living expenses account. We're losing money like crazy, but we're just going about our lives as usual. I can only assume that you, with no money, are somehow withdrawing it. I don't know the PIN number of your account. I don't have your card. I don't have your bank book. Stop making these weird accusations. Don't lie to me. Be honest with me. Listen, this is stealing, okay? Even if it's family, you don't just go around buying things with other people's money. Now, if you honestly admit it and return all the money you withdrew, I'll forgive you and not make a big deal out of it. This is what happens when you live on $20,000 a year. From now on, get your act together and work hard. No, $20,000 is my monthly income. What? What are you talking about? When Lisa looked at your bank book, she said your annual income was $20,000. That's the big misunderstanding. The bank book Lisa saw was the one I used when I was in high school. You too, Mom. How can you believe what Lisa says without even checking? Huh? It's the money from a part-time job I had until I dropped out of high school, and it was deposited into that account. It's not the bank book I'm using now. Huh? The money from your part-time job? What? I mean, it's a very old bank book. I left it in the dresser for a long time without updating it. Maybe she found it and thought it was my current bank book and thought it was my current income. I can't think of anything else. You keep talking nonsense like that. I won't allow you to evade responsibility. You know what? Come on. You've got to realize something. Realize what? The one who's been sitting around at home acting all high and mighty is the real deadbeat. Can't you see that? Huh? I think it was a year ago. Dad's company went bankrupt due to the recession. What? Your father's company went bankrupt? Is that true? It seems that Dad has not been able to tell you about it. I couldn't help but find out because the company I'm working for now is in the same line of business as his was. Until Dad got a new job, I was secretly putting $3,000 a month into the account for living expenses. $3,000? And so, the company you're working for now, did you say? Yes, I've been working there for 7 years. 7 years? But then, you could have at least told me. I told you back then, and I think I've said it many times since then. I told you that I was changing jobs because I was going to take over my boyfriend's father's company. He had his own things he wanted to do. What? Is that how it was? I thought you were aware of that. I mean, how much less interested could you be in me if you hadn't noticed for 7 years, and now you're treating me like I'm a bum? It makes me sad. I didn't mean to. You mean you're the next president of the company? That's right. By the way, I'm part of the management team now. I'm also paid as an executive, so my monthly income is $20,000 like I said before. What? Monthly income? Ironically, the annual income I earned from my part-time job in high school and my current monthly income are the same number, $20,000. I laughed a little at the unlikely coincidence. It's amazing, isn't it? You are the next president? Really? That's amazing! I'm so proud of you as a mom. Well, it's none of your business anymore, is it? What? None of my business? Why? I've been kicked out of my house for a misunderstanding that I don't understand, and I was never given a chance to correct it. You're really a terrible family. Yeah, well, but it's because you stood us up at the family meeting. It's not my fault. I told you I couldn't leave because I had a shareholders meeting, and I'd talk about it when I got home from work. I told you that, didn't I? Actually, I'm glad there was no emergency that required me to leave early. Julie? What? If that's the case, you can come back home, okay? We're a family, so let's live together. Huh? And so the same $3,000 as before. Huh? You promised you wouldn't bother me anymore, didn't you? How could you forget? What? That's what I told Lisa. I didn't know that. Please, just wait. Sis, Mom told me you're the next company president. Oh, it's too much trouble to explain twice. So just go look at Mom's messages. Then it's a different story. Come back. You promised me, Lisa, you wouldn't bother me from now on. Because I didn't know you were the next president. It's not that you didn't know. It's that you didn't listen. Dad, Mom, and you weren't interested in me at all. It's too bad. That's because... As soon as you found out I was the next company president, you turned around and asked me for money. Have you no shame? I was kicked out of my house. Don't bother me anymore. Well, I've got some work to do. Take care. Oh, wait! How are we going to pay the bills from now on? I don't know. Huh? I was adopted by my fiancé's parents, so I don't know anything about you guys now that we're unrelated. Good luck with your family. Well then. After that, I heard that my parents tried to find out where I worked and barged in, but they mistakenly barged into another company. They said they were the parents of the next president of the company and asked them to produce their daughter. They were sitting in the lobby of the company's headquarters. Of course, the police were called and they were taken away. A video of this commotion was uploaded to social networking sites by someone, and it spread and caused a huge firestorm. My parents, now completely famous, became reclusive and went straight into hiding. Well, it was just like them. Next, they were relying on my younger sister, who was living a carefree life, working only part-time to earn money. So my sister started working in the nightlife industry. She was scammed by a man and got into huge debt. My parents got involved in a pyramid scheme and once again got into trouble with the police. One day, they disappeared from the house and have not been heard from since.
Too bad. You lost this time. It's so hilarious imagining the frustration on your face. Sissy, what's with you all of a sudden? I don't know what you mean by frustration. I mean, I told you to stop with the win or lose crap. I'm not competing with you in any way. There! That! I'm not competing with you. You're so stuck up. It's disgusting. That's what you get for pretending that I can't beat you. Huh? I hate it when you get carried away just because you're well educated. You've been a slacker for a long time, and this is just the result. I'm not saying you're arrogant or being stuck up, but I'm just telling you the truth. I'm saying that your attitude pisses me off. Well, fine. Be carefree while you still can. So, what did you win this time? Oh, you want to hear it from me? If I ignore you, you'll start talking anyway. I just want to get this over with. That's kind of a degrading way of putting it. If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. So, bye. Wait a minute. I'm sure that your attitude will change when you hear this. So, get ready to show your frustrated face. Then get on with it. I'll decide if I regret it or not when I hear it. Okay, I'll tell you what it comes down to. I'm traveling with your husband. My husband? That's right. Your husband, Jaden. I'm sorry, I stole Jaden. What do you think of that? It's heartbreaking, isn't it? Jaden's on a business trip overseas. I came along with him on his business trip. Huh? Uh-huh. Yes, this is it. I wanted to see your reaction. That's not what I'm talking about. When you go abroad, it means you go abroad to work. Bringing a floozy along on a work trip, it's a problem the company can't afford to overlook. Uh-huh. So that's how you're escaping from the frustration of losing to me. I guess it was too much of a shock for you, huh? You lost your husband to your sister, who you had looked down on for years. How does it feel to realize that you were lower than the person you looked down on? I'll have to check with Jaden about that.
I'm not just gonna believe your side of the story.
Oh, yeah. Well, do whatever you want. Whether you believe it or not, this is reality. Hunter! We're having a nice dinner at a fancy French restaurant in a hotel. Are you sad? Isn't it just heartbreaking? Hunter, aren't you frustrated that I stole him? That's what you get.
Sissy, I want to ask you something.
What's that? Coming from a loser, it should be funny, so go ahead.
I don't think I lost. You have a great fiancé, Robert, don't you? You were so happy to meet him because he would make you the celebrity you always said you would be. So why are you cheating on him? Besides, isn't he in the hospital now? I heard he collapsed at work and was rushed to the emergency room at a time like this.
Oh, that's right. Well, he won't know if you keep quiet.
What?
Well, maybe Miss Serious wouldn't understand. It's fun to have this kind of thrill. It's a privilege of a real woman to have a true love and a playmate at the same time. It's also proof that I'm better than you. But that doesn't matter right now. Right now, I'm feeling so good from the bottom of my heart with a sense of superiority that I stole your husband away from you.
Oh, that again? Excuse me, I have a phone call.
Huh? What? A phone call that's more important than texting with me?
It sounds urgent. Talk to you later.
Wow, the timing is too good. I guess you ran away because it was too hard for you to talk to me. I guess I win. Well, I'm going to leave my phone off until I get back home so that I won't be interrupted by your preaching for the rest of the trip. At the very least, feel free to stomp around in frustration. Bye!
Oh my gosh, Sissy, Robert is in critical condition. The hospital just called his parents' house. His mother called me and told me that she couldn't reach you. Did you turn off your phone already? Oh my God, at a time like this? Come on, Sissy.
Hunter, I'm getting on a plane to go back to America. Oh, traveling abroad is so much fun. But still, a lovey-dovey trip with Jaden, who I took from the bitch. By the way, I haven't heard your declaration of defeat, admitting that I defeated you. I'll see you when I get back to America. You better think about what you're going to write for your declaration of defeat. I'll make sure you get down on your knees because you think you're so smart you'll stand there even though you lost to me. Think of the right words to say while getting down on your knees. You must be able to come up with some interesting things to say since you are so well educated. Oh, that's right. I'm sure you'll include in your declaration how you feel now that you've finally fallen to the losing side, when you thought you were on the winning side all this time. Please be sure to include that in your declaration. Well, I have a celebrity fiancé named Robert, and I'll give Jaden back to you after the trip.
Sissy, shut up.
Huh?
We're in the middle of Robert's funeral right now. It's inappropriate and makes me feel bad. Shut up.
Huh?
Are you so busy attacking me that you haven't read the message I sent you 3 days ago?
3 days ago?
Looks like you had already turned off your phone when I tried to send my last message. Anyway, go read it. I'll go finish putting the flowers on the casket.
What? Hey, Hunter!
Sissy, you already read it, right?
What is this? What the hell is going on? You're not serious about Robert being dead, are you? You're deceiving me and ridiculing me, aren't you?
I wouldn't tell such an unscrupulous lie, would I? A few hours after I sent the message to you, Robert passed away.
What?
I heard that you didn't visit him once during his hospitalization, right? That's why you didn't know what kind of condition he was in. He had been in a bad way since about a week ago, and we were told that the day could come at any time. Oh, God! Anyway, just come home. Hunter? I'm back! Welcome back. The folks won't talk to you? That's right. Before that, you went to Robert's parents' house. You got turned away at the front door, right? Maybe they burned a little sage too? How do you know? Because I'm at the folks' house now too. Because in place of my lousy cheating sister who didn't go to visit her fiancé, we said goodbye to Robert ourselves. The truth is, even the folks, they want to kick you out of the house right now. But I thought it might be difficult to settle some things, so I'm having them wait a bit. Settle things? First of all, about Robert. The wedding was in less than 2 months, so there is a cancellation fee. Though it's not that big, you will have to cover all of that. Oh no! The whole amount? You have no objections, do you? How can you say you do, right? Right! Good. Okay, next, the other thing you need to settle up is compensation. What? Compensation for what? For cheating. It's a matter of course. You know what happens when you touch a married man. Wait! I said I'd give him back! I don't care if you give him back. He's not my husband. Huh? What? What do you mean he's not your husband? He's a man you had a relationship with because you thought he was my husband. What are you talking about? He's Jalen, Jaden's twin brother. Huh? What? Jaden is a twin? I've never heard about this before. I told you before. He has a twin brother with the same face. The way to tell them apart is by the mole on the left earlobe. The one with the mole is Jalen. No way! A mole! He has a mole. Then this guy... And that's that. Maybe you called him Jay or J-Baby. That's how you always seduce a guy, by calling him cute names in a friendly way. In this case, their names start with J. So you assumed Jalen's name was Jaden and started a relationship with him. Still, it's pretty ballsy of you to have an affair with Jalen without even asking his real name. Well, that sure backfired though, didn't it? That's a lie! Then how do you explain that he went abroad on a business trip? Which country did you go to? Australia! Jaden's business trip was to France. France? Shit! It's a completely different country! This is something you could have found out with a single phone call to the company. Jalen also happens to be on an overseas business trip at the same time. Jaden is coming back next week. So I don't need to check. It wasn't Jaden that went on a trip with you. I can't believe it! I can't beat you if I take Jalen! Then I don't want Jalen! That's your problem, so you can do whatever you want. Anyway, Jaden says he physically can't stand women like you. What? He hates people who cheat on their husbands, probably because of his brother's bad taste in women. I never would have imagined that he would have had an affair with you. So I wasn't at all worried. You getting all excited, imagining me upset, it was kind of funny though. What the hell? So that means I went after the wrong guy? I even lost my fiancé, who was the real prize. I was going to make you look like a fool, but instead, I'm the one being mocked. This is all so horrible. But it's not over yet. What? Like I said before, compensation. Jalen is a married man. His wife is going to demand compensation from you, not to mention from her husband, Jalen. What? You'd better pay up and make amends. I guess I have no choice. Well, it's ironic. I'm sure Robert's inheritance will come in, so I can somehow come up with the money from that. Huh? Inheritance? There's no way you'll get that. I was his fiancée. I'm practically his wife. I'm entitled to the inheritance, aren't I? Robert was a rich man. He should at least be able to pay me alimony. You never registered your marriage, and I didn't hear anything about a will. Then, you're not a legal heir, so you're not eligible to inherit. Oh, come on! So I don't get anything? That's what it comes down to. Oh no! I thought I had found a celebrity to marry. It's awful that he's not leaving me anything. I feel like giving you a hard thrashing for saying such a thing under the circumstances. I think I'd like to cut off all ties with you from here on out. What? I just got a new job and I'm moving out. I don't think we'll see each other in the future. I don't want to talk with an insane and inappropriate person like you anymore. Come on, Hunter! Don't contact me ever again. I've figured out that my sister has only been trying to undermine me for years. However, it is a fact that the result of playing around without doing much has made the sister I have today. I had the impression that the price for that had come crashing down on her in the form of the current situation. After that, I was transferred to another branch, and I heard rumors that my sister, who started working to pay the $50,000 in cancellation fees for the wedding ceremony and the compensation charged by Jalen's wife, had been a freeloader under the pretense of a bride-to-be, so working was hard for her. She tried to have a relationship with her boss to get him to favor her. His wife found out, and my sister was slapped with compensation for the second time. When I heard about it, my mouth dropped. My parents were furious and declared that they would never see her again. I don't know where she is now. My name is Kate. I'm 25 years old and work in the office. I am newlywed and live with my husband Tristan. We decided to buy a house at the same time we got married, partly because of a loan. We have to go to a real estate agency every weekend to look for land. And in addition, we are living with my parents-in-law for the time being until the house is ready. However, my sister-in-law Josie, who has come to live with us, is a very troublesome person. She is 22 years old and a college student. She is 8 years younger than Tristan, who is 30 years old. So both Tristan and his parents have always pampered her. Thanks to that, she grew up to be an incredibly self-centered girl. I didn't think it would be a big deal because we'd only be living together for a short period of time. But now, Josie has done it again. Josie, hey. What is it? I'm busy talking with my friends. If it's not important, I don't have time. It's important. You took clothes from my room again, didn't you? I told you not to take clothes from my room without permission, and I'd lend them to you if you asked me. If you do it again, I'm gonna put the lock on the door. Please be more thoughtful. It's not important at all. What's with that tone of voice? Who do you think you are? I'm Kate, your brother's wife. You have a big attitude. It makes me angry when people are condescending. You think you can tell me what to do just because you're Kate? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm asking you not to take my clothes. I don't like it when you do that. It bothers me more when you act like you're the big shot. You came as the wife, and we let you live in our house, right? How can you behave like that? I'm only living here because Tristan asked me to do so for a short time, so I wouldn't care if I were kicked out. I'm more worried about people taking my clothes without my permission. No matter how much we're sisters-in-law, there's a certain etiquette. Think about how it feels to have someone break into your room and take your stuff. What's with that tone? You're acting like I stole them. That's exactly how I feel. You're being cheeky, even for a wife. You're the wife and your belongings are mine. And being the daughter of the house, I'm more important than you. As a wife, you have no right to disobey me. Isn't this common knowledge? No, it can't be. Josie, you have a very old-fashioned way of thinking for someone so young. Wife, well, that's fine. Don't take things without permission. When I came home from work that day, Josie didn't even make eye contact with me. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it because I thought that as long as we moved, we wouldn't have to see each other so much. I had never said anything before, but Josie's behavior was becoming more and more vicious, and I was so numb that I finally said something today. Even after we decided to get married, things have been so hectic that we haven't been able to have a wedding. Since we were not even going on our honeymoon, my husband suggested that we splurge on a wedding dress and tuxedo and have them custom made. I visited the store many times to take measurements and discuss designs and spent every day feeling excited. One evening, 1 month before the wedding, I received a phone call from the store that made my dress. Did your dress and tuxedo arrive safely? I panicked. When I asked for more details, they said that Josie had come to the store. She told them that the wedding was suddenly moved up. She said that her brother and his wife were too busy to come out, that she had come to pick it up. The staff at the store believed her story and gave Josie the dress and tuxedo. After talking about how to handle it, I hung up the phone and rushed to call Josie to ask where she was. Josie, where are you? Pick up the phone. Where on earth are you? Oh, Kate, I'm sorry. I didn't notice the message. I'm a little excited and it's so noisy around here. I'm really busy right now. What do you want? If it's just another stupid story, I'd appreciate it if you'd refrain from telling me. It's important and I'm in a hurry. Where are you? At school, of course. I told you about the school festival today, didn't I? It's already so exciting and awesome. You're not wearing my dress at the school festival, are you? What? Yes, I am. What about it? What do you mean, what about it? That dress is what I'm wearing at my wedding, okay? There's no way you can wear it without permission. Yeah, because I promised my friends that I would attend in costume. But I couldn't get the costume ready in time, so I had no choice. It fits perfectly and looks just right. I've always thought we have similar body types, but I didn't realize the dress fits perfectly too. There is no I had no choice. Just hurry up and come home. You can't use that dress for something like the school festival. Huh? Did you say something like for the school festival? I'm sure an old lady like you wouldn't understand. For college students, the school festival is a fun party once a year. It's a very important day for everyone to dress up and have fun. It's as important as your wedding. No way. There are 4 school festivals but only 1 wedding. Hurry up and give it back. No! The school festival isn't over yet. Oh, you piss me off. I'm going to wear this dress to the after-festival party and all the drinking parties. I'm sure even the dress will be more pleased to see me in it, young and pretty, than to see you in it. I'd like to get back to having fun, so don't bother me. In the end, Josie didn't return until early in the morning. The dress she returned was black, and the lace was so worn out that there was not a trace of it left. The tuxedo had been lent to someone else and was badly stained from spilled alcohol, and some of the decorations had been removed. Even though I had been saying that it would be fine if they came back safely, I was furious when I saw the condition of the dress and tuxedo. We both sat on the floor and I yelled at her. Josie cried and kept making excuses, saying, But. In the end, Josie said, My big brother is my only big brother. I want to wear a custom-made dress, she cried. and locked herself up in her room. Tristan also said that if she wants to wear a dress so badly, he'll do something about it for her wedding. He is defending Josie and accusing me of being in the wrong. I don't know what Tristan is thinking. In the end, we settled the matter by asking my in-laws to shoulder the cost of the dress. I can't get over how angry I am. The store admitted their fault and said they would make a new dress for me. But I don't want to make a new dress with the same design. In a picture of Josie at the school festival, you can see her in the dress I was going to wear. I didn't want to have the same design. I really liked it so much, I was really in shock. I couldn't stay depressed all the time, so I tried to snap out of it. The next day, during my lunch break, I received a message from my mother-in-law.
Kate, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yes, okay. What is it?
It's about the dress we talked about today.
You're talking about the wedding dress that's being remade, right? Is something wrong?
I talked it over with your father-in-law, and he doesn't think it's right to spend thousands of dollars on a dress.
What? What do you mean?
I think that since you're the bride-to-be, you should be modest. If you have to redo the dress, you have to postpone the wedding, don't you? That would be inconvenient for everyone, wouldn't it? I want you to be the adult here. It's just a wedding.
Just a wedding? It's a once-in-a-lifetime big day. Can you say the same thing at Josie's wedding?
Well...
You can't say that, can you? She's your cute daughter, right?
But you're not Josie.
Huh?
I want to spend as much money as I want for Josie's wedding without compromising. But you're not Josie. You're the wife. A wife who's not even a blood relative and is the least important in the family. It's outrageous to challenge your mother-in-law. You need to think about the position you're in.
You're the one who needs to think about the position you're in. I've asked for reimbursement for the wedding dress, and I'm willing to charge you 100% of the amount.
What do you mean?
You said thousands of dollars for the dress, but the truth is that it would cost me well over $20,000.
$20,000? Was the dress that expensive?
That's right. Even rentals are in the thousands of dollars range. He didn't want to trouble his parents and Josie, so my husband asked me to give you a discount, so I had no choice but to do so.
We can't pay that kind of money. It's just a wedding, right? There's no way a wife would be allowed such extravagance. And if it's that important, you should keep better track of it.
No, Josie went all the way to the store, you know. And she even told an elaborate lie. And you still want to say it's my fault?
That's right. You just went and married Tristan on your own without thinking how Josie would miss him. It's your fault for trying to enjoy the luxuries of being a wife while leaving Josie, our daughter, behind.
I understand. If you insist, I have an idea.
What? What idea?
I'll stop by the police station on my way home.
The police? Wait, what do you mean? What are you going to do?
What you ask? I'm going to file a damage report. Josie has taken a lot of things from me in the past, and on top of that, the price of this dress is out of comparison.
But it's your fault!
That means you're not paying for the dress, is that correct? Well then, I'll report it to the police with that in mind.
Wait a minute! I was out of line! I'll pay for the dress, just not the police.
Okay, I understand. But for now, I'll notify Tristan and my father-in-law about this.
Huh? I said I'll pay, so that's fine. So just forget about it. At least, don't tell your father-in-law. I'll get in trouble.
Feel free to get in a lot of trouble. I ignored her and called Tristan and my father-in-law right away. That was the end of my lunch break. When I returned to my parents' house after work, my mother-in-law seemed to have been squeezed hard by my father-in-law, and she became quiet for the time being. Because we were both busy with work, we had to postpone the wedding for 4 months, but we managed to get a nicer dress, and the wedding went off without a hitch. Well, Josie was in a bad mood the whole time. We then proceeded to quickly look for land, and a year later, the house was finally completed. It was finally moving day. Unfortunately, it was also Josie's wedding day.
What's that?
I received a message from the bride, Josie.
What the hell are you doing?
Josie, oh, did you get our present? Sorry, I couldn't make it to the wedding. I was told I couldn't get the house key until the day of the wedding. Sorry, it's by text, but congratulations on your wedding. I hope it'll be the best ceremony ever.
You've got to be kidding. My brother said he'd make me a custom-made dress. This is a child's toy.
Even children's toys are amazing these days. They're so carefully made.
You even came to our house and took my measurements. What's going on?
What? The dress I sent you didn't fit you? I'm sorry. Did I make a mistake in the measurements? Or did you get fat? You know, you have to manage your figure properly.
You did it on purpose, didn't you? I'll never forgive you. You messed up my wedding. Screw you.
I'm the one who should say screw you. I should have said it a long time ago. You ruined my wedding first, didn't you, Josie? It was your fault we had to move the wedding date. I had to call all kinds of places and apologize. It was a lot of work.
I paid for it and apologized. That was the end of the matter, wasn't it? Why are you taking revenge on me?
Your father paid for it, didn't he? And I'm the one who sent you that dress. But it wasn't me who said I'd get even with you.
Huh? Who else but you?
There is someone. You ruined my and whose wedding?
You don't mean my brother?
Bingo! You're right. Too bad your big brother won't be at the wedding and he's going to get his revenge like this.
Oh no! My big brother? He said he'd buy it for me. Didn't he buy the dress because he forgave me?
I thought that's what he was saying at the time too. But he said he'd been thinking of doing this to you when you got married. It seems you were the only one who thought they could let bygones be bygones. Since that day, Tristan has been looking for an opportunity to get revenge without me, my in-laws, or you finding out about it.
But he was always so nice to me even after that. Was that all a lie? Was it all an act?
That's right.
But, so after getting back at me like this, I'm forgiven, right? It's all water under the bridge, and he'll go back to being my kind brother again, won't he?
Yeah, that's impossible. He's right next to me, but he says he despises you, Josie. It's like he still hasn't forgiven you. Well, I don't want to be involved with you ever again, so I won't give you the address of our new house. And I wish you a long and happy life. Oh, and don't go crying to Mom and Dad and try to get our address.
What? Why should I?
If you do, I told them I'll stop sending money to them.
Sending money?
Well, I told them that if we rent an apartment while we build the house, I wouldn't be able to send them money. So they asked us to move in with them until the house was built.
That's a lie! You guys were living with us because you were in financial trouble. I know that, you know.
You just came to that conclusion on your own, right, Josie? Don't get all delusional on me. You've been so arrogant with me. What belongs to the wife belongs to me. I'm more important than the wife, the daughter of the family.
That's...
You wanted me and Tristan to get divorced, but my parents bought the land for our new house, and if we weren't married, I wouldn't be able to send them the amount of money I'm sending them now. It was Tristan and your mom and dad who would suffer if we got divorced.
You're lying!
I'm sorry, but it's true.
Hold on. I don't want to never see my brother again.
I want to apologize to my brother one more time. Let me apologize, please. I can't do that. If you had apologized to me back then, none of this would have happened. Anyway, I hope the wedding goes well. See you later. Wait, Kate! I said wait! According to what I heard from my mother-in-law, who complained to me later, Josie was 6 months pregnant, and the wedding hall did not have a dress that would fit her size. So she had no choice but to wear a dress that was too big for her belly. My mother-in-law said, the moment the bride entered the room, the attendees were so embarrassed that their faces went red. Josie started crying in the middle of the reception, and the wedding was a mess. In the end, Josie also sent me a message asking me to let her meet with Tristan and to pay for the wedding. So I stopped sending money to my in-laws. Instead, I sent them a bill for everything that Josie had stolen from me. My father-in-law immediately called Tristan to apologize, but he brushed it off, saying that he had already told her repeatedly. And Josie, who had caused the incident, was told by her father to never come back to her parents' house again. When Josie found out she was pregnant right after graduating from college, she turned down a job offer from a company that had offered her a position. It seems that she was counting on her parents' support, but there was no way her parents could afford it, and it turned out that her plans had failed. I know she had no way of knowing that her own family was in flames, but even so, what she did to me was unforgivable. I feel a little sorry for her, but let's hope she accepts this as retribution for what she has done. As for me, I will finally be able to live a comfortable life in my own home, which I have longed for. I realized how comfortable life is when I don't have to worry about my insane sister-in-law. Now we are enjoying a quiet life together as a couple. I no longer have to send money to my parents-in-law, and it would be nice to welcome a new member to the family.
Beth, seriously? What's going on here? This is unbelievable. What are these in the fridge? These juicy-looking pieces of steak. Melinda? In the fridge? Wait, are you at my house again?
Yes. Do you have a problem?
How did you even get in?
A spare key. If I don't come regularly, you'll start slacking off on your duties as a wife. I have to check if you're doing the housework properly.
Oh, God. But you returned the spare key the other day, right? I wanted you to stop going inside the house without permission. Why do you still have it? Oh, wait.
I asked Josh to give it back to me. Having it is just more convenient in case something happens.
It had to be him. I kind of figured.
He really is such a sweet boy, isn't he? Total opposite of the inconsiderate daughter-in-law who tries to snatch it away and lock me out.
Lock you out or not, it's not your house. Listen, Melinda, I understand the convenience of having a spare key in case of emergencies, but could you please stop coming in unannounced while we're not home? We've mentioned this several times. And not to mention, you've been rummaging through the fridge, the drawers, and even cooking and doing laundry without permission. We also have our own privacy and way of doing things at home, so
why should I need your permission to enter my son's house? Do you have something to hide? Are you up to no good? I'm so suspicious now that I'm going to search the whole house.
We'd appreciate it if you'd stop rummaging through our home. There's nothing of your interest to find, and it's a waste of your time.
Geez, calling my kindness a waste? I'm worried about my son for having a less than perfect wife. I'm just checking to make sure you're taking good care of him and my little grandson. I'm pointing out things out of kindness, you know. Show a little more appreciation.
Sorry.
Honestly, you're always so defiant. Anyway, what about these steaks in the fridge?
They are from my relatives. They really enjoyed them, so they kindly gave us some to try.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking why there are 3 pieces. That's weird, right?
What do you mean? What's weird about it? We're a family of 3, you know.
Ugh, seriously? You were planning to eat the same premium stuff as Josh? Haven't I said it many times? A wife's job is to share the best things with her husband and children while being content with leftovers. You shouldn't indulge in the same luxuries. You should know your place as a wife. You're greedy and unbecoming. I'll take one home, alright?
No, why would you do that? I mean, I've been thinking about this for a while, but your logic is strange, isn't it? If you're letting me not to enjoy luxuries because I'm a wife, then doesn't the same apply to you? You're a wife as well, right? I feel like you're more greedy than me.
Stop talking back to me. My husband is deceased, and my son is a grown man, so it doesn't apply to me. Besides, I was trained this way by my late mother-in-law when I became a wife. Once you become a wife, family comes first, and your own priorities come last. I had to endure eating leftovers, being the last to go to bed, and not spending any money on myself. I couldn't even have a tiny bit of luxury. But that's what I was taught being a wife was all about, so I endured it.
Huh? But in your case, while you were pregnant with Josh, you didn't listen to the doctor and ate all sorts of things. And you almost got gestational diabetes. Then Josh's late grandma temporarily restricted your diet. After giving birth, you indulged in eating as a hobby. You also loved sleeping and always being the first to go to bed, and you received a monthly allowance. Your late husband told me while he was alive.
Just shut up. We're not talking about me now.
But
anyway, eating premium things is forbidden as a wife. Eat leftovers. Got it?
Sorry. I'll be more mindful from now on.
Great. I'll let you off easy today. I don't want to push it too far and have you hold a grudge. Just make sure you do your chores properly.
Melinda, it's you who did this, right? Can you answer me now? Don't ignore me. This is urgent. Can you explain why you've done this?
What? Don't bother me.
You were at our house again just now, right? Josh is at work and Ian and I were out. That means you're the only one. Can you explain why things are in such a mess?
What's the problem? I'll tell you, it's your fault. You prepared such an extravagant meal. There was even a big cake. You were planning to indulge in all of it by yourself behind my back, weren't you? Seriously, how selfish can you be?
What are you talking about?
I'm the one asking questions here. You as a wife should know your place. While your husband is sweating away at work, you thought it was okay to cook up all those gourmet dishes and eat them by yourself? I won't let you. I left my anger take over and threw away all the food. I ate the delicious-looking cake myself. If you've learned your lesson, you better not do something like this ever again.
Dude, do you know what day it is today?
What did you just call me? Dude? Correct yourself and apologize.
Shut up. I'm asking if you even know what today is.
Oh my God. Are you telling me to shut up? What's today? Why would I care? Is it the day the daughter indulges herself? Or is it the day she talks back?
Neither is right. It's the day of Ian's birthday party.
What?
Ian invited his friends and he was supposed to host his first birthday party. Happy birthday, Ian was written on the cake. Didn't you notice?
Oh, Jesus. You've got to be kidding. Ian's birthday? I had no idea, so I didn't even look at the writing. But it can't be today. I thought it was 3 days later, wasn't it?
You're right. His actual birthday is 3 days from now, but it falls on a weekday. So we planned to celebrate with family on the actual day and then have a birthday party with friends today, Sunday. The two of us have been preparing since yesterday. It's such an important day, so why did you have to come today of all days? While we went out to get a few things at the last minute, you messed up everything. The food and the cake. Moreover, you have the spare key again. The one I took away from you last week. I don't even know how to explain this to his friends. Ian's inconsolable. How could you do this to him?
I had no idea. It's not my fault.
Seriously?
I didn't know anything about a birthday party. You can't expect me to notice the writing on the cake just by glancing at it. It's your fault for not telling me in advance. If something like that was left out on a typical day, anyone would think it's too decadent and want to mess it up.
What the heck?
It's mostly because of your usual arrogant behavior. You keep indulging yourself and neglecting the housework. Your daily actions make me doubt you, not the other way around. If you were a perfect daughter-in-law, I wouldn't have to misunderstand things like that. This is definitely not my fault. It's all because you're a lousy woman. This is your fault.
What the heck? You just pissed me off. This time I'm seriously outraged. Is it too good for me to eat the same things as my husband and son? Is it my fault that my son is crying because of how his mother is treated by his grandmother? Is all of this going to continue as long as you're alive? Well, I don't want a family like this anymore. I'm going to tear it apart.
Wait, what? Tear apart? What's gotten into you? You're not yourself.
I said I was pissed off, didn't I? I've been holding back until now. A meddling mother-in-law who barges into someone else's home and causes trouble. Not to mention a husband who readily returns the spare key even after I take it away from her. Both are guilty. I'm going back to my family on the premise that we get a divorce.
What on earth? Divorce? Hold on, Beth. What are you saying? I won't allow a divorce. You're married into this family. It's practically the same as cutting ties with your own. Going back is not allowed.
Shut your butthole.
Jesus!
Don't you dare order me around. Who the heck do you think you are? Are you so important that you can give me orders? I've been quiet because you're my husband's mother, but you've been acting all high and mighty. You're just a self-important and nasty woman.
What the? A nasty woman? Wait, what's so nasty about me? You're the one who's bad-mouthing me, so you're the nasty one.
I've been holding back from saying this, but I'll say it now. You might think you can look down on me because I'm your son's wife and I'm quiet. But in the past, I was the type to act with my fists, not my words. If you weren't my husband's mother, I wouldn't bother trying to please a nasty, rotten personality like yours.
Rotten? Me?
Obviously you. To be honest, ever since we first met, I've been constantly put down by you. I've despised you to the point of making myself sick. But because you're my in-law, I tried to respect you and endure it. You're good to Josh and you dote on Ian. So even though our personalities don't match, I tried to build a good relationship. Even when you invaded our home without permission, criticized my cooking, and stole our food, I endured all without getting angry or resorting to violence.
Violence? Don't say such a terrible thing.
I'm not just bluffing, you know. There were so many times I wanted to lose it and slap you. But every time I thought of Josh and Ian and endured it. And now, what have you done? You ruined your grandson's birthday and still have the nerve to blame it all on me? You made my son cry and you don't even show any remorse? On the contrary, you're blaming me for everything. Do you even have any sense at all?
Oh God, but you're talking about divorce. Isn't it going too far?
Huh? Come again? Are you still mocking me at this point?
No way, it's not like that. I'm sorry. I ate Ian's birthday cake. My fault, okay? Will you forgive me now?
Are you serious? You destroyed his first ever birthday party with friends. You're just sorry for eating his cake? Asking for my forgiveness just like that? Can't you even own up a proper apology? God darn it.
I sincerely apologize for everything.
You can't even apologize properly unless you're told, huh? How old are you, for Christ's sake? Aren't you a bit too old for that kind of behavior? Ian is more sensible than you know. Never mind. I'm taking him back to my parents' place today.
Wait, no way. I apologized, didn't I?
Huh? I didn't say that it would change anything. After all you've done, do you really think a simple apology will suffice? Sorry and it's all good? This isn't some minor squabble. At the very least, unless I take back the spare key forever, divorce is guaranteed. Even if we try to reconcile, the moment you set foot in our house again, it's an instant divorce. And if Josh refuses to take back the key, it's an instant divorce as well. I have no intention of compromising further, and I won't come back.
Oh no. Josh will be devastated.
So what? Tell that your delusional, clueless son. By the way, tell him to clean up this mess in the house too. Got it?
Wait, please, Beth. Don't decide on a divorce alone and let's talk it through. This one-sided decision is unacceptable.
Did I ask you for your opinion? Are you going to tell that betrayer who can't even protect his wife and child or not? Which is it? Answer me.
I will. I'll make sure to pass the messages to Josh. So please, sit on the divorce.
Just don't lie or embellish anything. Tell the plain truth, okay? Don't expect to see your grandchild again if there's even a single lie. Now we're going to redo the birthday party. Don't you dare interfere.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I comforted Ian, who was still wailing, and apologized profusely to his friends and their moms. We decided to redo the birthday party at a nearby private room in a restaurant. Thanks to the friends and moms who livened up the party, Ian cheered up in no time. We managed to turn it into a happy memory, which was a huge relief. On the same day, I packed our things and moved it to my parents' house. In the evening, Josh sent me several apologies, but they were all irritating, with excuses like Mom had her reasons. I'll buy a cake, please come back. And if you grow up and apologize to Mom, everything will be fine. So I chose to repeat. I don't know, I'm not coming back, and I won't apologize. My decision to divorce was set. I'm tired of dealing with that airhead who has absolutely no idea what he did wrong. I've completely given up on the mother and son, and I'm talking to a lawyer now. It's a lot of work and challenge, but I want to do my best to ensure my son and I can find happiness. Hey, Tyler, what's wrong? You haven't talked to me since the wedding yesterday. You don't even answer when I call you directly. I had no choice but to text you. Did I do something wrong? I won't know if you don't tell me. If there's something wrong, let's talk about it. Anyway, I'm going to work this afternoon, so I'll be there. Leave me a message if you need anything. Bye.
Natalie, good job on the wedding the other day.
Hey, sis. Thank you, too, for coming. It's been a while since I've seen you, so I was happy to see you, too. I know you were busy with work, but you made the effort to come, right? Thank you so much.
It's my sister's wedding, of course. But due to work, I couldn't make it to the meeting with both families, so I had to meet the groom's side on the day of the ceremony.
That's totally fine. I talked it over with them, and they're fine.
Hey, Natalie, are you alone right now?
Yeah, I was just chilling in my room.
Do you have time to text?
I'm totally fine with that. What? Sounds a little deep, though. When you're like that, it's when you have something bad to say, right?
No, actually, I'm afraid I'm going to tell you something a little, well, quite disturbing, so sorry.
I knew it. What's wrong?
About our mother and father? It might help to put it in a little more context.
Really? I thought I was glad they came, even though they were a little reluctant. But then they said they'd never seen a bride whose wedding dress didn't suit her so well. And to top it all off, the guests on the bride's side lacked class. They were saying all sorts of stuff.
I wish I could have stopped them, but it was like talking to a brick wall.
They didn't listen one little bit. I'm really sorry. Making you feel bad like that on your wedding of all days? You don't have to apologize. I know you were trying your best to stop them, so don't worry about it. That's all I need from you. I mean, since you're on my side, I don't care what our parents say.
It makes me feel better to hear you say that. Here's the problem.
Huh? What's wrong?
Calm down and listen to me. The folks are thinking of making Tyler my husband.
Huh? Tyler is my husband.
Even though they know that they're talking about it. Of course, I have no intention of doing that. I'm sure you know that, but just so you know.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, you have a boyfriend. You've been dating since high school. There's no way you would leave him just to marry Tyler. Why are they saying that?
They don't know I have a boyfriend, because I've been hiding it. If they found out, they tried to break us up.
Oh, I see. So you've been dating in secret all this time. But the idea of having the man who became your sister's husband your husband, that idea itself is insane.
And along with that, how is Tyler the center of this doing? I saw the folks whispering stuff to Tyler at the after party. I was just wondering if you noticed anything unusual after that.
Yeah, he didn't say a word.
Oh, not a word?
I mean, he's been completely and totally ignoring me. He won't even talk to me directly, and he's ignoring my messages.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's why I thought something was wrong. But since he won't talk to me, I can't ask him what's going on, and I'm having a hard time finding out. But it's possible that we just talked about has something to do with it.
So that's been going on. I wonder what the folks were talking with him about.
I can imagine that it's definitely the pattern of saying bad things about me.
Natalie, why don't the two of us meet in person once and go over things?
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Maybe as soon as possible. I have a bad feeling about this.
If it's okay with you, how about tomorrow? How about we meet at the coffee shop between our offices?
Yeah, I already know that I'm getting off on time tomorrow, so that won't be a problem.
Okay, I'll see you there at 6:30 p.m.
Okay.
Good morning, Tyler. I'm going to have dinner with a friend of mine who's coming out here today. I'm sure you'll ignore me anyway, but I'll be home late, so I'm letting you know. Well, I'm off to work.
Natalie, I got off on time. I'm going to catch the train now. How about you?
I just got on the train. I'll be there on time.
Yeah, perfect. By the way, is everything the same with Tyler?
Yeah, I guess nothing has changed. I tried to call him this morning, but he's ignoring me. I can't even get a read on my messages.
I see. Wait a minute.
What's wrong?
I got a message from Tyler.
What? Oh, did you exchange contacts at the wedding or something? Contacting you directly is a little bit too suspicious.
He's definitely up to something. Well, it's a good chance to find out what's going on. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Good evening, Avery. It's Tyler.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry, the first time I met you was at the wedding yesterday.
No need to apologize, Avery. It's all because Natalie, who was jealous of the beautiful Avery, made it all up.
What? Natalie orchestrated it? Jealous? What are you talking about?
Your parents told me everything. Natalie was jealous of you, her sister, who was different from her plain self, talented, popular, and doted on by your parents, and she repeatedly harassed you on a daily basis. I respect you, Avery. You have been able to live with dignity in such a situation until now. Don't worry, you are very beautiful. You are an attractive woman.
Huh?
I heard that the reason why you did not come to the meeting of both families before the marriage was because you were not informed of anything, because your sister said you are not her family. You, who was living such a hard life, fell in love with me at first sight at our wedding. But I heard that you were troubled by the fact that I became your sister's husband, and you were living in tears every day. But please, don't worry. Actually, from the moment I saw you at the wedding...
Wait a minute.
Excuse me?
I've never said anything like that, nor have I ever thought it. Could you please stop getting all worked up by yourself?
Huh?
I don't know what you've been told by our parents, My sister and I have always been and still are on good terms with each other, and I haven't fallen so low as to mess with someone who has become my brother-in-law.
Avery, you don't have to be so hard on yourself. Let's be honest. I'm in front of your apartment right now.
What? How do you know my apartment?
Your parents gave me your address, and I'm here to propose.
Huh?
Please, let me in.
I'm out.
Huh? I've also prepared a ring. And a bouquet of roses.
Either way, the answer is no. I have a boyfriend. Excuse me. Oh no, oh no.
What's wrong?
Natalie, you'd better get a divorce.
What?
I'll show you the message later, but he's out of the question. I got goosebumps. Way too scary.
What in the world? Sis, are you okay? Did you get to your boyfriend's place?
I got there safe and sound. I didn't go back to the house. I moved in with my boyfriend, so everything is fine now. I'm sorry I worried you. I wonder if the folks found out about him. Even though I was nervous, it was a mistake to tell them I had a boyfriend. But I've got my sleepover stuff in his room, so I'll figure it out. I mean, I'll make it work.
Gosh, I'm really sorry.
Natalie, there's nothing to apologize for. So I just talked to him, and we decided to move up the plan I just told you about and do it in the near future.
That way it will be at the same time as my move.
That's right.
Oh yeah, but I guess it would be better for both of us to keep each other safe.
Can you give me 2 weeks?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'll call you tomorrow with the details.
Okay.
Avery, let's have a date tomorrow. Your parents told me that your refusal the other day was just because you were embarrassed. This is where I should take the initiative. I'm sure you've been bullied by Natalie and have become timid. But don't worry, I will break the shell of your heart. If I show you my manly side, you'll come along too, right? I'll pick you up from work in my car, we'll have dinner at a restaurant with a night view, and you'll accept my proposal. After that, I've reserved a suite at a nearby hotel. I don't need to say any more, do I? I'm really looking forward to it.
Natalie, I got a creepy message. My whole body started to itch from goosebumps.
What? Was it Tyler?
Yes, he said he was going to take me to a restaurant with a night view and that we were going straight to a hotel suite on the assumption that he was going to propose to me. It's disgusting.
Wow, I'm really sorry.
Natalie, you don't need to apologize.
No, I'm sorry I married that guy. I'm sorry I'm not a good judge of men.
Well, I'll accept your apology, but you're the victim here too. He's the one who's crazy and our parents. We'll fight our way out of this ourselves.
I feel strong with you by my side, sis. Hey, why don't you move your stuff out of your apartment tonight? Your boyfriend's been going over there packing stuff up, right?
Yeah, he has. I asked him about it, and he said he's already packed 80% of it, so we can do it tonight.
If that's your plan, I'll make my move tonight. Actually, I'm already prepared. I'm just waiting for you.
I see. I don't know what Tyler is gonna do next. I guess my first priority is to physically eliminate the chance of going back to that apartment.
Avery, I was there to pick you up in my sports car with a bouquet of roses. Who was that guy? Who does that guy think he is to interrupt my proposal?
He's my boyfriend.
Huh?
The other day I told you I had a boyfriend, didn't I? He and I have been together for years now, and we've been talking about marriage, so it's deeply annoying that you've been following me around these past few days. No matter what you do to me, there is absolutely no way I'm getting married to you, or anything, so please give it up.
But your parents are...
The thing is that they're not happy with my present boyfriend, so they're trying to get me to break up with him. And they're harassing me because my sister, whom they've always despised, got married before I did.
Huh?
I'm sorry that you got involved in the mess. It's not something that the guy who married my sister should have to deal with in the first place. Please, stop following me around anymore. I moved out of the room there to live with my boyfriend.
What?
Excuse me.
You're kidding, right? Natalie,
Tyler,
if you want, why don't we go out to dinner now? Actually, I have reservations at a restaurant, and after that, a hotel suite.
it's been about a month since you started ignoring me. I'm divorcing you.
What?
I was wondering what you were doing proposing to my sister. I don't know what you were doing completely ignoring me, your new wife. I'm really dumbfounded.
You know...
And I want compensation too.
What? Wait a minute.
I'll leave the divorce papers on the table.
I failed to propose to Avery.
I know, but still. Goodbye.
Huh? Oh no! Natalie, you're the only one I love. Please, understand, I proposed to her unwillingly. I just got caught up in your parents' craziness. Natalie, please come back to me.
Sis, have things settled down over there?
Yes, I'm fine. Thanks to you, my stuff is all packed up. You're in the company dormitory, right? Does it look okay?
Yeah, it's a pretty comfortable company dormitory. There's a security guard at the entrance, so there's no need to worry about suspicious people.
That's good to know.
Oh yeah, Mom called me for the first time in a while.
Oh, what did she say?
Tyler, with his high income and high specs, is the one who deserves to be with my brilliant and talented big sister. So you should step down gracefully.
Huh? Are they still saying that?
They saw the scale of the wedding and thought Tyler made more money. When I told them I paid more money for the wedding than he did, the ass-kicking started. It was so funny. I laughed so hard.
Oh, yeah. You hadn't told him that your yearly income this year will be over $120,000.
I just hung up and blocked their calls.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was really refreshing. They must be in a panic right now.
I can't help but laugh when I imagine it. Also, I'm going to change my cell phone number tomorrow morning, so I'll let you know later.
Okay, Roger.
Why don't you hurry up and change yours too?
I guess so. I think I'll go to a cell phone store on my next day off.
Let's have dinner together again after we get settled. Let's splurge a little to celebrate the success of our mission.
Okay.
Okay, good night.
Okay, good night. My parents were actually in debt. They were planning to have my sister they adored so much take care of them in their old age, including financially, and they kept spending money without thinking about it. They asked for help from all my relatives, but since they all knew about what happened, they gave them the cold shoulder. My sister and I have decided that neither of us will help them in any way, and that they need to handle the situation themselves. Later, my divorce from my husband was finalized. There was no damage on my part, but Tyler's was different. The speedy divorce 1 month after the wedding, coupled with the reasons for it, was enough for the guy to lose his credibility at work, and he couldn't stand the comments, so he voluntarily resigned. His parents disowned him, and now his savings has been wiped out by the compensation to my sister and me, and he spends his days having trouble finding food to eat.
Aaron, how are you doing there? Is the wedding ceremony almost over? Hey Claire. Yeah, it's over now. It was the wedding of a good old friend of mine, so it was so emotional. That's nice. Did you take a picture of the bride? I did. What's up? Kelly wants to see it. Oh, yeah. She's dreaming about becoming a bride someday, huh? That is so sad. Oh no. How many years are we talking about? Kelly is only 5 years old. She wants to see the bride's beautiful dress. Can you send me the photo? Oh, I didn't take it with my phone. The pictures are on my camera, so I will show them to you when I get back. Okay, thank you. Kelly says she's so excited to see it. Alright, we're off to the after party now. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun with familiar faces, but don't drink too much and get everyone in trouble. Have fun, but please be careful. Yeah, I'll be careful. Oh, are you still coming back on Tuesday night? I think you told me you were going to stay and hang out with some of your old friends, right? Yeah, no change to that plan for now. That's why I took a payday off. Don't party too hard over there. I know. Well, the after party is about to start. Talk to you later. Okay, have fun. Hey, Claire, long time no talk. Is this a good time? Katie, how have you been? I haven't seen you since the reunion, so I guess it's been 2 years. I'm free right now. What's up? Really? Has it been that long already? Listen, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. Hold on, are you back in the US? Yes, my youngest sister's wedding was held yesterday, and I'm back here temporarily with my husband. I'm at my parents' house in Texas right now. Your youngest sister is only about 20 years old, right? She's already got married? Yeah, I was worried about her because she was so young, and the guy is that old guy. I asked him about it, and he knew my third sister's husband. I was assured that he is a nice guy, and our parents were convinced and supported their marriage. I see. Anyway, congratulations. Thanks. I'm so happy to hear all the happy news around me these days. My husband also attended a friend's wedding in Texas yesterday. Oh yeah, about that. What? I started with my sister's story, but that's my main point. What? My sister's husband? The groom at the wedding is a friend with your husband. Oh, really? Wasn't the reception at the Blue Lake Hotel? Oh, yeah. He said he was there. So, it wasn't the same name or a mistake to see him as a guest on the groom's side. Wow, what a coincidence. Right? If I knew, I would have said hello. I was thinking of talking to him at the after party, but I heard he had something to do and left right after the reception. What? He left? Why? Aaron said he was going to attend the after party. Oh, really? But he wasn't there. I didn't get a message that his plans were changed. I wonder what happened. At the after party, some of Aaron's old friends were there too, right? Yeah. Except for Aaron, everyone else seemed to be there. I heard them talking about Aaron not coming, and I didn't see him either, so I'm pretty sure. What he told me is that he took a payday off until Tuesday and he will hang out with his old friend. But... that's a little weird, isn't it? I have a bad feeling about it. No, maybe he simply forgot to tell me. My sister and her husband are just visiting my parents' house, so I should ask them. Yeah, I guess. Can you ask them just in case? Okay, hold on. I'm back. How did it go? I don't know how to explain it. My sister's husband said that Aaron was planning not to attend the after party from the beginning, and that they weren't supposed to make plans to hang out until Tuesday. Oh, really? Then what's the story that he told me? I wonder if I got confused with something else. Also, my sister was saying something strange. Strange things? I will let you know when I have more proof. I'm having my sister check it out right now. Okay. I'm sorry it got complicated. It's not your fault. Don't apologize. I hope it's nothing you have to worry about, but... Anyway, I will message you before 3. I'm sorry for causing you trouble. I will wait for you. Claire, I'm almost home. I'm so tired. I had so much fun with my friends. I have a hangover. Oh, you're home? Yep. I'm home. But wait. Hey, the key doesn't fit. Am I in the right house? What's happening? I canceled the lease yesterday, so the landowner must have changed it. What? Cancelled? That's why your family is not there anymore. What? What's wrong? Does something happen that we need to suddenly move out? Well, yeah. I moved all my stuff out of the house in one day yesterday, so it was crazy. It's a good thing I rented this place under my name. And I sent your stuff to your parents' house. What? What the hell happened? Could it be like you borrowed money from bad guys that I don't know about? It's not like that. Where should I start talking about it? I still don't know how to tell you about it. What is that? Well, first of all, did you know that the bride at the wedding has 3 sisters? Huh? Yes, I know. The bride's youngest sister, right? The bride's oldest sister, Katie. She's a friend of mine from school. Oh, seriously? What a coincidence. I also got a message from Katie the day after the wedding. I was so surprised to hear this coincidence too. I think she married a foreigner and now lives abroad, right? I think she was at the wedding too. Yeah, Katie came to our wedding too, but I guess you didn't recognize her after 6 years. I see. That was rude of me. If I had known, I would have said hi. So, last year around this time, right? Her 3rd sister's wedding. Huh? Oh, I see. The groom at that time. He was a friend of mine and that sister's husband. I attended that wedding too. Well, even though we're all from the same area, I never thought we'd have such a close connection. That was a surprise. Oh, but in that case, did she not talk about me last year? I feel like I didn't greet her last year either. She couldn't come back home because of some unavoidable reason. Oh, I see. I mean, why does that lead to Claire's moving out? I don't understand your story at all. Well, I guess you still have no idea what I'm talking about. What? Well, the 3rd sister's wedding. You know that the sister had a friend in common, right? What? And since they were mutual friends, of course, they were invited to the youngest sister's wedding. You must have met her at both weddings. Is that... could it be... I think you're finally getting what I'm trying to say. No, Marie, a 20-year-old woman. You flirt with Marie at the wedding. After that, you saw her regularly and had a relationship with her. And you pretended you were single. How did you know all of that? Marie told that sister all about it. That both of their partner are old guys. She once showed her a photo of her and you. What? With me? No. I think you're talking about the wrong guy. Well, if that is all the story, I can confirm if it's true. But there's more to the story. You know, the other day, when me and Katie were talking about you, our conversation didn't quite sync up. And we were like, huh? And Katie confirmed it with her sister. You told me that you were going to attend the after party. But the truth is, you left for a trip with Marie. I heard that you have been planning this trip for a long time. How generous of you. You're married to me and have kid. Just wow. Oh God. Now you know all about it. Okay, fine. So, you admit that you're cheating? Yeah, that's right. I was cheating on you. I'm happy to admit it. Oh, you're happy about it? Yeah, of course. If I leave you, I can marry a 20-year-old girl. I will give you custody of Kelly too. I will be able to live with a younger and prettier girl than you. I will divorce you, and don't you ever come near us again. Oh, about your girlfriend? Huh? What? Like I said before, you lied to her that you are a single man, right? That's right, but it's all the same if we just get a quick divorce, right? Would it be that easy? Do you think you won? I don't think so. We love each other. My lie is like a tiny speck of dust compared to our deep love, you know? First of all, Marie is deeply in love with her older boyfriend who is tough. After I divorce you, I'm going to marry Marie immediately and build a family full of love. I see. Wow, you have such an optimistic brain, huh? Like you have a garden in the brain. What? Well, I think instead of flowers, it's full of weeds. I can't believe my own husband is being like it. It's shocking, to be honest. I can't believe I was married to someone like this. What are you talking about? Here you go. What? As you can see, a picture of you with Marie. There are more. I saw more wild pictures, but I was too disgusted and I didn't want to keep it on my phone. What? How did you get all of this? Marie is the only one who has this picture. That's right. Do you finally understand? This was provided by Marie as proof of the affair. Huh? Marie did it? She went back home alone from your vacation place, right? Yeah. She said she had some urgent reason. Shortly after that, Marie and I got on a video call through Katie's sister. What? She was surprised to find out that you were married and the father of a 5-year-old kid. And when I told her that I would not accuse her if she provided me with evidence, she sent me a lot of different kinds of pictures. There's no way she would have done that. There's no way she would have betrayed me. You were the one who betrayed her first, weren't you? Marie said she thought you were single, and if she had known you were married, she wouldn't have gone out with you even if she liked you. That's why she said she wouldn't see you anymore. That can be true. Marie would never say such a thing. She loves me. I mean, she said it's better for both of you if don't see each other. What? She told me to tell you about this. She's so angry at being lied to. She's pretty sure would do something if she sees you in person. Something terrible that she could go to jail, you know? If you want to be safe, you have to leave her alone. That's what she says. No way. Those were serious eyes. I know it's not for me to say, but you could tell even through the video call. I thought, oh, this is the face of demon. So, you should just give up. She was that angry? I've never seen her being angry. She's a very kind and soft girl. Do you seriously think she would not get mad at you? You know, people who are usually quiet are more scary when they get angry, even assuming that you deserve it for what you did. I think it's better for you if you listen. I don't think this would ruin the bond between me and Marie. So, do you want to go see her and get beat up? I don't think it will be more than a beating. Do you want to be sorry in the afterlife? No. On my side, I'm going to ask for alimony and child support, so I need you to be safe for now. If you really want to see her, I suggest you to ask her in advance so that she'll be easy on you at the level that's sending you to the hospital. No, I mean... Well, there's no guarantee that she will go soft on you, as you say. No! Shortly after this, my in-laws, whom I had contacted in advance, arrived. They took Aaron with them, who was crying in front of our former home. After that, we got divorced. After I claimed the alimony and child support in one lump sum, my parents-in-law disowned Aaron and kicked him out of the house. I immediately received a message requesting to get back together, so I changed my contact information. Since then, things have been peaceful. At the same time, his cheating scandal was known throughout the company. He was the big talk and he resigned from the company. Naturally, his longtime friends cut him off too, and he could not reach Marie, so he became all alone. After that, I heard that he couldn't find a new job and he already had zero savings. He is now living on a very tight budget while earning a living by working a day job.
Hey, Camp, you've gotta be kidding me! What are you doing just leaving work? What time do you think it is?
It's 4. Mr. Thompson, I had personal business this afternoon, so I took the afternoon off. Didn't I tell you?
I don't give a shit about that! Come back now! I assigned you a job! Do 001 to 004 in the corporate cloud folder today! Even if you have to work overtime, get it done today!
Oh, I can't.
What?
I'm on a plane right now.
What? Plane?
I'm going to Dallas for a relative's wedding.
What the hell is that? I've got some documents I have to deliver to a client by tomorrow. A wedding? Don't take me for a fool. Work comes first.
That's a document you're sending to Drake Corporation, isn't it?
So what?
I'm not in charge of it, and it's too close to the deadline for you to tell me what the job is. In other words, you're pushing your work on me again, aren't you?
Hey!
Please do your own work.
You're new here, but you're talking back to a senior employee. Do you even know your own position?
Thompson, you should take a good look at your situation you're in. You need the documents by tomorrow, right? Wouldn't it be better to make a little progress on the paperwork instead of having this exchange?
So you do it!
Since I'm taking tomorrow off as well, it'd be faster if you did it yourself. I'll be arriving in Dallas soon, so if you'll excuse me now.
Hey, Kemp! You've got to be kidding me! You've got some nerve talking back to me! I'm the son of a connected boss who runs this area. If you don't listen to me, my father won't like it. Hey, man! You haven't read my messages! You've got to be kidding me!
Emily, did Thompson dump his work on you?
Oh, Mr. Kemp. Yes, sir. I'm still at work. He said there's some paperwork that needs to be done by tomorrow. It looks like I'll have to work overtime again today.
I see. Damn that guy. He's only been with the company 3 months longer than us, but he's got that attitude. Anyway, I left work early, so it looks like the burden was put on you. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize like that. As I recall, it was a relative's wedding, right? You had a good reason for taking time off. You're always looking out for me. And I can't go against him because I'm a wimp. I thought I had no choice today.
Emily, that's not true.
Huh?
People have to do their own work. Whatever that guy is, it is absolutely wrong to yield his power and try to order everyone around. In the end, you can't just go ahead with work that you haven't been instructed to do, and that will interfere with your own work. This is also gonna cause problems for the section chief and manager, who are in charge of assigning work and managing the progress of the entire department, right?
Indeed, that's right.
Of course, and it could also interfere with the work of other employees. In fact, aren't you stopping your own work right now to do Thompson's work?
Well, yes. I was thinking of working even more overtime to finish my own stuff after Thompson's is done.
Okay, then. I'm sorry I took up so much of your time texting, so I'll take care of the work that can be split up.
Huh?
Actually, I brought a computer that I'm allowed to take out of the office. Of course, I've got permission from the top to do everything I need to do, so don't worry.
Oh, Mr. Kemp, thank you.
It's the one in the cloud, in the corporate folder, right?
Yes. Please do the paperwork for the folder labeled 003.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah, we are the only 2 people. Let's stop with the formalities.
But you're 2 years older than me.
That's okay.
Okay, I get it. It's a little weird, but from now on, I'll keep it casual.
Okay. Well, good luck with your work.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp. I'm on it. Thank you, Mr. Kemp. Thanks to you, I'm done ahead of schedule.
No problem. It's nothing at all. But Emily, if you're unfairly assigned an unscheduled task, you have to do something about it, okay? The reason is, as I said before.
I know that, but after all, if someone says that they're the son connected to boss, I have no way to know if it's true or not. But if it is true, it scares me. I heard Thompson has a tattoo on his arm. I heard a guy say he proudly showed it to him in the locker room. And it was a very flashy tattoo.
Well, I understand how you feel. It seemed that the other people in the office reacted the same way you did, and they were afraid to stand up to him. But we are almost there.
Huh?
Everything's gonna change.
Mr. Kemp, what do you mean?
I can't go into detail yet. Just give me a few more days. Hey, Kemp! You saw it in the locker room, didn't you? What are you talking about? This morning, I was in the locker room changing. You saw the tattoo on my arm. Yeah, the one you were showing off to the other employees. The one with skull and the rose and all that mess. I saw it, but so what? What do you mean, mess? Those are stickers, right? What? It's the real thing. It's weird, isn't it? There aren't many connected people who have tattoos on the inside of their arms. Huh? If you're really connected, you wouldn't be doing something so tacky like showing off your tattoo to everyone. Yeah? Tacky? I'm tacky? Did you just call me tacky? How many times are you going to ask me? If you didn't hear me, I'll say it one more time. Yes, it's lame to intimidate people with tattoos. Besides, it seems that claiming to be a member of a criminal organization would get you into trouble with the anti-gang law. Anti-gang law? It's short for the anti-organized crime law. If you get caught under it, you'll be arrested. Arrested? If you're a serious gangster, you'd better grow up before you get arrested.
Getting arrested for boasting about your tattoos is not only tacky, it's ridiculous. Besides, if the real boss's son finds out... You know a lot about this. Oh well, as for tattoos, I've been familiar with them since I was a child. Familiar with tattoos? Since you were a child? Huh? What do you mean? Oh, break time is already half over, isn't it? I haven't had lunch yet.
Mr. Kemp, good night. Can I ask you something?
Good work today, Emily. Yes?
Today, Thompson suddenly became very quiet this afternoon, didn't he? The other day, you said that everything would improve in the near future.
Well, yes.
What did you do? I was just curious because he changed so suddenly. It's not anything to worry about, is it? If he really is the son of a boss, wouldn't that put you in danger?
Oh, don't worry about that. With what I learned from my great-grandfather, who was a tattoo artist, I was able to find out that Thompson's tattoo was actually a sticker or something like that.
Huh? A sticker?
I just told him about the Anti-Crime Act and how risky it was to call himself connected.
And the fact that he became quiet because of that is...
So I'm saying he wasn't actually a boss's son or anything.
Yeah, so he's been lying to us, threatening us, forcing us to work for him.
That's right. I hope he continues to take his job seriously. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I feel like he hasn't gotten over his abusive, superior attitude towards you. I don't care if he's taking an authoritarian attitude only toward me.
I agree. I would really appreciate it if he could improve his attitude.
Actually, there's something the president wants to talk to me about.
Oh, the boss?
Yes. Perhaps because she is younger than Thompson and has a calmer personality, seems to be getting disrespected and condescended to. She's asked me to take stricter action. What?
Mr. Kemp, what are you?
Oh, sorry. My phone is running low on juice. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Oh, yes. Good night.
Where are you now, Mr. Thompson? Huh? Oh, I'm just taking a coffee break. I'll be back soon. I see. I received a message from the receptionist just now. What is it? There are about 30 gang members causing a ruckus outside, asking for you. Do you know them? That's what she said. What? They're waiting for you in the lobby. What did you do, Mr. Thompson? No. There's no way I know those people. So, I guess being a boss's son was a lie after all. It's a lie! I'm really sorry about that. Can you use your influence to get those guys to leave, Mr. Kemp? My influence? You're the one who knows about this, aren't you? You know a lot about tattoos. You can handle 30 gangsters, can't you? What? I'm just a regular guy. Oh no! They're asking for you, so it's only natural that you should handle it. Please hurry up. They're waiting for you. I'm sorry. I'm actually in the bathroom, not the break room. My stomach is upset. Oh, I see. I'll take care of it. Please. Oh, I just shit my pants. Hey, Kemp! Mr. Kemp! Help! What's going on? It was the Graves! Oh, you mean those 30 people I mentioned earlier? They all showed up at once in suits, and the receptionist thought they were thugs.
Of the 30, 27 were employees of the Graves Group who used our multipurpose room for training. The remaining 3 had some business with you. I asked Emily, who was with me, to take them to the company restroom. I was caught on the way to that restroom! I see. I'm glad your timing was so good because we had to make them wait. That's not good timing! Help me! Help with what? Don't play dumb with me! I'm being held by the Graves gang! The Graves Group is also known as the Juvenile Delinquent Rehabilitation Facility. What are you talking about? They're just a normal civil engineering company. They're our business partner, so don't be rude. Besides, I'm sure you are not caught, but rather picked up, aren't you? A pickup? Didn't the president tell you? Thompson, you've been dismissed from our company as of today. What? I thought it was just a joke. Because there's no way she could fire me so suddenly. There's no way that young president could do such a thing. Oh, come to think of it, Thompson, you looked down on the younger president, didn't you? Huh? Just because you couldn't force me a new hire and Emily to do your job anymore, I can't believe you tried to force the president to do your job. And your threat was, I'm a boss's son. I told you about the Anti-Crime Act, didn't I? You ignored my advice, and now you're doing the same thing to the president? It's no wonder you're fired. Ugh! Even so, for you were even offered a new job as a final favor, but it's not smart to say that you got caught, is it? Huh? So it was the boss who sent the Graves Group. Why? The Graves Group of all people? That's terrible, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I also told the Graves Group about you stalking the president's sister. What? Her sister, she's still in high school, right? Legally and ethically, you're out of the picture in more ways than one. It's no wonder they think you need to be rehabilitated. I hear she's in the process of filing a claim for compensation, so please be prepared for that. Wait! No, it's not my place to tell you anymore. Wait a minute! Excuse me. Oh, no! Mr. Kemp? Are you off today? Are you feeling sick? Are you tired from all the things that have happened in the last few days? I heard you had your hands full with Thompson. Oh, sorry. I'm sure the president will have something to say at the meeting first thing this afternoon. I'm back at the Graves Group. What? Mr. Kemp, you're from the Graves Group? Actually, I am. The president and I have known each other since childhood, and I heard that she was having trouble with Thompson. She was a business partner, so I asked President of Graves about it, and he told me to go check it out. I agreed. So that's how it came to be. Don't worry, we will straighten Thompson out into a real human being. Wow, I didn't realize that. Thank you for your help, even if it was only for a short time. Oh no, I'm the one who should thank you. But, I think I'm gonna miss you. What? Do you have a girlfriend? No, I don't. Then, may I ask you out to dinner sometime? I'd like to get to know you personally. Huh? What? Is that a no-no? It's not a no-no at all. I thought it'd be sad to say goodbye to you, too. That's good. Well, let's see. I'll choose a nice restaurant and get back to you. I'll look into it and call you as soon as I get off work, so just wait for me. Okay, I'll be waiting. As Thompson was taken away by a black van, a scream echoed through the air. It should be noted that his parents had given their prior consent for him to change jobs to the Graves group. When I told them that he was claiming to be the son of the gang leader, they said, "We have been farmers for generations," as their shoulders slumped and they let out a sigh. Work at the Graves group began immediately the day after he was picked up. Surrounded by senior employees who are athletic in a good sense of the word, he seems to be having a very hard time. I hope they will keep up the good work and beat his work personality back into shape. By the way, the compensation to the president's sister will be paid in installments from his salary. The last message I received from him was, "I have muscle pains all over my body," which seemed to exude a kind of indescribable melancholy. Maybe it was just me.
Kate, is that story for real? It's so funny!
Helen? What story? I don't understand why you suddenly text me laughing so hard.
It could only be one thing, right? I was a little surprised to hear about what you've been up to. Is it true you're dating Toby?
Oh, yeah. It's been about a year and a half now.
So, it's true! I'm surprised that it's been going on longer than I thought.
What's up with Toby?
He's my ex-boyfriend, right?
Yeah, that was 5 or 6 years ago when we were in college.
Oh, you knew about him. I thought you had forgotten about him. How can you date your friend's ex-boyfriend? I'm amused by your brazenness going out with other people's ex.
Don't talk like that. It's just that I started dating someone who happened to be my friend's ex. Even you once dated the ex-boyfriend of someone we know.
Oh, I did?
Let's not talk about it anyway, since it's not going anywhere. It won't do either of us any good.
Ah, okay.
So?
Huh?
You seemed pretty surprised when you found out I was going out with Toby. Was it important enough to text me?
Because, it's that Toby.
That?
I've seen his parents' house.
His parents' house?
It's a one-story house, very shabby.
Oh, that place.
So, you've seen it? You're so brave not to break up after seeing it.
Not only have I seen it, I've been there a few times. I mean, that's not Toby's parents' house. It's a rental place that Toby rents.
Oh, he's renting it? You mean he's renting it to live in alone?
Yeah, that's right.
I see. Living alone usually means renting an apartment.
But since his hobby is bodybuilding, he looked for a place where he could do it without worrying about the noise of dropping the weights, and that's where he ended up. He chose a place that is just outside of downtown so that he can reach his goal of 10,000 steps a day, so the rent is not much different from renting an apartment downtown. He's next to me right now and just told me that.
I guess he's still a musclehead, huh? So you're with him now.
We're on a date.
Oh my, I'm sorry to have disturbed you.
No, it's okay. I'm fine.
Since Toby lives in a shabby house, he probably wouldn't take you anywhere worthwhile on a date anyway. It wouldn't matter if we were in college, but it's tough to go on a date at the park as an adult, isn't it? Oh, me too. I have a date with my boyfriend now. He's a hot guy who is nothing compared to a low-level guy like Toby. We
are going out to dinner tonight at a fancy restaurant with a great view.
Wow, that's great.
See you later. Hey, Kate, are you seriously gonna continue going out with Toby?
What? Why?
A man with no future like that. His salary isn't that much, right?
Well, it's fine if I continue to work as before. I like working too. I guess I never really cared.
What? It's so sad that you can't be a housewife. You're so insistent about liking to work. Compared to that, my boyfriend is a handsome, hot man with an annual income of $200,000.
I remember your dream was to marry into wealth.
That's right. I'll tell you now, that's the reason why Toby and I broke up.
Is that so?
Let's go back to what we talked about today. Toby is poor, right? I went out with him in college because he had good grades and I was hoping he'd be a good earner. But after job hunting, he got a job offer from a small company. I realized that people who are born poor will always be poor.
You know what? I work for the same company as Toby.
The situation is very different between a man who has to provide for a woman and a woman who has to be supported, isn't it?
I don't think it's always like that.
Yeah, but from what I heard today, he's still living in that shabby house even after he got a job, right? I broke up with him because he has no future in that sense. I wouldn't want to use that dump even if it were a warehouse. It was a good decision to break up with him.
Money isn't everything. Toby likes that house too. That's why he's been living there all these years. Besides, I'm in a relationship with Toby because I'm attracted to his personality.
Well, that's okay. The happiest thing for a woman is to marry a high achiever and become a housewife. You've given up on that and now your life is all over.
I wouldn't stop working even if I married someone with money. I'm not trying to put down stay-at-home housewives, but women who like to work, it's not so strange.
Yes, you're a sore loser. Bye-bye then.
Kate, is this a good time?
Yeah, sure.
We're planning to go look for a place to rent together.
Yes?
If we are gonna do that, why don't we just buy a house?
Huh?
Buying a house? I wonder if that's a good idea. According to the boss, after we get married, we'll be assigned to departments that require business trips but no transfers. Even if we have to move, if we own a house, we can rent it out and make some income.
Yeah, well, I think it's understandable.
But?
I'm not worried about moving or anything. I'm talking about the premise of it in the first place.
Huh?
I'm sorry if this offends you, but it's important, so I'll say it.
Yeah, that's fine. You can say whatever you want.
Thank you. Well, to be honest, neither of us have the best paying jobs. Of course, it's enough to get by, but when it comes to buying a house, I think it would be better to save up for a down payment at least.
Oh.
Huh? I'm sorry, did I offend you? But I had to be clear about this.
I'm sorry. I'm not angry. I spoke in the wrong order.
Oh, what?
I already have the money to buy the house.
Oh, really?
It's spread out over several accounts, and there's about $3 million in total, so I can pay in cash in one lump sum from that.
3.
What?
Oh, I was so surprised I hit enter too soon.
You're careless.
Which one of us is careless?
Hmm? I've never heard of anyone having such a tremendous amount of money before. What kind of money is it? It's not a lottery ticket, is it? It's so much money, I can't believe it, and my heart is pounding. Oh, sorry. I was gonna tell you about it one of these days, but I thought it was a funny way to start. I see. You are trying to talk about it. I'm sorry I startled you. But it's a long story, and I don't think I can tell it all in one text. So, I'll just give you the gist of it. Okay, tell me. Well, let's see. The reason I have the money to buy the house is my grandfather on my mother's side suddenly saw I had talent or something. When I was a college student, he gifted me some of his assets and real estate while he was alive. I started investing it, and it seemed to suit me. It became fun, and I did a lot of things with it. I found myself with $3 million. Wow, you must really have a talent. I was surprised too. I made a promise to my grandfather about this. Never talk about money with anyone unless you really trust them. Keep your job. Maintain a standard of living that allows you to make ends meet within your paycheck. Do not touch the money you have in your portfolio except in case of an emergency. I'm still following those rules. I see. You seem like a laid-back, relaxed, muscle-bound guy, so it's surprising that you have such a talent. I have an image of someone with talent in asset management as someone who wears glasses, a suit, and has parted hair. Am I being dissed or praised? I'm just saying what I think of you. If anything, I'm complimenting you, you know? I like the relaxed Toby more than the stiff-looking guy. Thanks. Oh, I'm still managing my assets. After marriage, I'm planning to invest within a reasonable range, and I was gonna share the information with you. I don't know much about asset management, so I'll probably leave it all up to you. If an amateur like me got involved, I'm afraid I'd end up losing the assets that you have created. The main purpose of this is to let you know that we have a reserve for emergencies. I just need you to know that I'm doing this. You're very similar to me in a financial sense. You're very prudent with your money and have good common sense. I thought you would be one of the people my grandfather would trust. That's why I decided to tell you. Well, thank you. I'm glad you did. Well, I'll explain it to you again next weekend when I have all the proper documents. And then we'll talk about the new place. Okay, I got it.
Hey! What is it with you, Kate? Give me a proper explanation.
What? What are you talking about?
Of course it's the house! The house! There was a beautiful house that looked like a designer property built near my friend's apartment. Toby went inside. What's going on? Is everything okay?
What?
I can't believe you bought a house with Toby's cheap monthly salary. Kate, aren't you being pushed around by the musclehead? Are you okay?
Well, we are thinking about the future, so we are fine financially. We are thinking about things as a couple. You don't need to worry about us.
Is that so? Well, never mind. See ya! Toby, long time no see. Hi, this is Helen.
What is it now? I have no reason to talk to you.
Don't say that. We are friends, aren't we?
What the hell are you talking about when you say we are friends? When I was in college,
You mistook the house I rented to live alone in for my parents' house and left me. At least we are not the kind of friends who put heart marks at the end of words. I think you've got the wrong guy.
No, I don't. I'm not mistaking you for someone else. I'm talking to you. I'm sorry for what I did to you. I was so blind. I'm so sick of it. The boyfriend I was dating was in debt. I thought he made $200,000 a year, but he said the sum of his parents and his own debts was $200,000.
So?
You know what? I've broken up with that worthless guy. I want to get back together with you. Aren't you happy?
What?
You built a house, didn't you? Your wealthy grandfather built it for you, didn't he?
What? Why would he do that?
You don't have to pretend anymore. I did some premarital research on you. And then it seems that your grandfather was a wealthy man. You yourself are a man of small means, but you're in a position to get your grandfather's inheritance eventually, right? You have about $3 million in savings.
Do you know how long it's been since we broke up?
You lived in a rundown house, even though you were a rich kid. Of course I would misunderstand. If I had known you had $3 million in savings, I never would have broken up with you. Well, now that that's settled, I'll marry you right now. Toby, I heard you were very sad when I broke up with you. You still love me, don't you?
Huh?
I'm in front of your new house. I brought the marriage certificate.
I'm already married.
What?
You know, I've been dating Kate for a long time, right?
But I'm a better woman than her. You couldn't forget me, could you? You were very depressed after you were rejected by me, right?
I was depressed because you made fun of the house I liked and rented and called me poor. I hated myself for dating a woman like that. Do you know what the difference in values is?
Huh?
Kate and I have very similar values. Even if we have money, we don't spend it recklessly. Rather, I don't understand your nerve to spend as much as you have. You can't be happy being married to someone who thinks exactly the opposite of you. In the first place, I'm not gonna use my money to pay for the debt you incurred.
What? How do you know about my debt?
I knew it.
Huh? What do you mean, I knew it?
I heard from Kate that you were spending money carelessly, so I'm sorry I just said that to trick you.
Huh?
It seems like I hit a nerve, huh? When I was a college student, I had a relationship with you without knowing it. It's a complete dark history for me. Marrying you would be a joke.
Kate, I'm sorry. Toby will live with me. From today onwards, Toby's wife is me and you're out.
What?
I moved my stuff into Toby's new house. He was so rude to me yesterday, saying all kinds of things to me like he was rejecting me. But when I went there to give it one last try to be his new wife, I saw a sign in the living room that said, "Welcome! Expensive wine and fine cheese and my favorite hors d'oeuvres." I guess he couldn't forget how attractive I am. Well, it's true that I'm a better woman than you are.
Helen?
He was expecting my arrival and had a surprise for me. It was Toby's fault that the door was locked, so I had no choice but to break the window and enter through the backyard. Oh, I'm so loved. I'm sorry for you, but he's mine. So sorry.
Toby and I are preparing dinner at our new house right now.
What? What
What are you talking about? There's no one at home.
Where are you?
Where? A two-story white house near the market.
That's not our house.
What?
Oh, I see. You saw Toby go in there before, so you must have misunderstood, right?
Misunderstood? Huh? What do you mean? Isn't this Toby's house?
He went there because he knew the owner of the house.
What?
He was just there to help out when he moved in.
Then this welcome.
Oh, by the way, he's moving in with his new wife today.
Oh shit!
What?
Someone just came home!
It seems there was a big commotion at the wrong house after that. Of course there would be. The owner of the house was so excited to come home with his wife, who was going to live with him from that day, only to find a woman he didn't know. Toby quickly contacted him to avoid any unnecessary trouble. The vintage wine for his wife was already drunk and empty. Helen, who was trespassing, was taken into custody by the police. She was taken away crying. Later, they charged Helen $3,000 for the wine and the broken window. This is how her parents found out about the $30,000 debt she had. She is now employed by a civil engineering company as a live-in employee and getting counseling while paying back her debts. The other day, she contacted me in tears, so I blocked her and refused to receive her calls and said bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.